Hello, welcome back to the Ocarina of Time walkthrough. And I just want to say that for the first few minutes of this video, there's going to be some frame rate issues because, well, really I don't know why, because it looked okay while I was recording, but as soon as you finish the water temple, go ahead and use the long shot to get onto this tree up here, and then just play the sun song, and then there's going to be a golden skulltula at the top of this tree. Now I fell off the tree again and I had trouble aiming with it with a long shot again, so just bear with me here. It's been a little bit since I've done this, and I lost some footage, so this video might look a little bit weird. Say in the beginning, like the first part of this footage, I will say was not mine. You'll even notice my name was Link instead of Connor. That's because that footage was not mine, and I lost that part of it. So I was very disappointed at that, and I didn't feel like playing through a good half of the game again just to get it. So again, I apologize for the frame rate. It's not like this for the entire video, I promise. So anyway, if you read this, it'll say that as soon as the Lake Hylia is filled with water, you want to shoot at the sun with morning light or whatever, something like that. So basically play the sun song to make it daytime, or if you're fast enough, you can do this before even collecting that golden skulltula. So shoot an arrow at the sun, and then look at that. There's an item over there waiting for us. It's an arrow, but it looks like it's stuck in this piece of amber. Well, that is not amber, I'm happy to tell you. It is a very fun item to use. Not necessarily useful, although there are some instances, but it is quite fun if you like to mess around with it. So you collect it over here, and it is fire arrows. So, pretty useful item. A lot of fun to use. Now, they use magic power, so do keep in mind that you need magic power in order for these things to work. And if you're wondering, well, how do you know how many fire arrows you have? Well, you have fire arrows as long as you have arrows, and as long as you have magic, then you have fire arrows. If you run out of magic, then you don't have fire arrows, you just have arrows. And if you run out of arrows, then you also don't have fire arrows. They use regular arrows, but they use magic to set on fire, if that makes sense. Okay, so it looks like we're still lagging or frame rating a little bit. The audio is fine. I'm glad for that, but you don't really care about the audio. I don't really either. I could probably record some of these and lose the audio and not even care. I'd still upload it regardless. You don't need the audio to play this game. It certainly is nice, but you don't need it. Okay, seriously, how much of the video is like this? Couple things more to do before leaving the lake here. I was actually checking my map earlier to see if I had gotten all golden skulltulas, and it turns out I didn't yet. For one, there's a golden skulltula inside the lakeside laboratory. So, come on in here, and then, you see there's the scientist who made the world's most unreliable eye drops ever, because they only last for like 4 minutes or something like that, whatever it was. So use the iron boots, and then sink down onto this, the floor here. And I actually probably could have done this later because there's a piece of heart I get in here as well. I just have to get the item for the piece of heart. So you roll into the box to break it, and then use the hook long shot on it to collect the skulltula. Now go ahead and take off the iron boots. Again, 3DS players, you have it easier because it's just an item you equip. So just go ahead and swim to the top here. My goodness, this ridiculous lag. I had to do some test recordings first next time. I should probably create a backup file because I hadn't done that yet. Oh, and at this point you can switch back to the Kokiri tunic because you don't really need the Zora tunic really in this game anymore. I don't know, if you like blue, I guess you can wear it, but Link wears green in my head, so he's wearing the Kokiri tunic today. So, you don't really have to cut the grass, I'm just doing it to stock up on items that I don't really need. I think I was trying to get arrows because I was a little bit low on them, I had 26, but anyway. There's one more thing to do. It is not necessary. This might be very annoying for many players, including myself. I'm really not a fan of this area. And it's the fishing pond. You remember this place? I was here as a kid, in-game 7 years ago. I caught a big fish here. And as you can see, my rupee count has changed because I actually cut out a clip from where I didn't catch this big fish. So I have to catch a bigger fish to get another reward, and this reward will help me get a piece of heart, which is in the lakeside laboratory that I was talking about. Again, if you don't care, if you really don't care, then don't even bother. I hate the fishing pond. It's just ridiculous. But The interesting thing is it was developed secretly by just like one of the, I don't know who, but one of the Nintendo developers, and then he surprised it and then they liked it and they put it in the game. Alright, so here's the biggest fish. You have to catch it again. It's the same. I always feel like it's harder in the 3DS version. I don't really know the mechanics of it, but I got really lucky here and I think I caught it like right here or something. No, not quite. I pretty much reeled it in all the way to myself, and then he just bit it, and then I reeled it in, and then it was mine. So, again, normally it is not this easy to catch fish. I hate the fishing pond, but I didn't hate it when this happened. And look at that, it's bigger than Link is. It's a real lunker, the thing says. It's 19 pounds. I absolutely want to keep that, and I always toggle it around just to make sure that I don't accidentally press no, because I don't want to fish for this guy again. So sweet, if you did this, then you never have to fish in this game again. Pat yourself on the back, because fishing in this game is annoying. I don't like the fishing pond. But the thing is that I've never avoided it because I am such a completionist when it comes to this game. So let's weigh my fish. Yeah, it's big, I know. I always catch the biggest fish in the pond. So there it is, golden scale, which is the upgrade of the silver scale. So now I can dive up to, I think up to 8 meters now, which is pretty nice. There you go. Oh yeah, and you can also look in the aquarium tank here. There it is. One thing I've managed to do in the fishing pond is catch a Hylian loach, but I cheated because I used the sinking lure. I'm not going to really cover how to get sinking lures because there are many videos that go in depth about that. So here I was just showing off the golden scale, and I was worried that this water wasn't going to be deep enough, so I was moving around a little bit. But as you can see, I can now dive 8 meters, which is pretty nice. Again, I don't really think you'll ever need to dive 8 meters, and but it's nice, I suppose. You only need to do it for this one piece of heart, which I'm about to get right now. Now, as a child, once you get the silver scale, you can dive up to 6 meters, but then whenever you become an adult, you can only dive up to 5. And that's not because of the silver scale, that's just because of adult Link's, I guess, stamina or his strength or whatever. So, I guess you can't take the gold scale or the silver scale with you, because at the end of the day, I suppose it is just a fish scale, so I'm not quite sure how it works. So I dive down here, as you see. You touch the floor, and then it plays that chime telling you you did something good. So if you're wondering, well, what does that mean? Well, let's come up and surface and then talk to the professor, scientist guy here. And he says he's been watching us. I didn't know you had eyes in the back of your head. Anyway, he gives you a piece of heart, and for me, that completed a heart container. Now, I think many people do this before the water temple, but I always do it after. Okay, most of the annoying parts of this game are done now, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and call my horse here, because right now I am going to be on my way towards Kakariko Village, because now we are in the part of the game where we need to continue on and find out the next dungeon. But there are also a few more things to collect as well, so I rode around Hyrule Field for a little bit, for one area in the northwest corner that I probably could have gotten as soon as I got the iron. Well, I could have gotten it as soon as I got the iron boots, but I save a lot of things for later than I probably could have. Normally, this is the time I do the Poe hunting, but I just thought I would show it off earlier in the walkthrough because I didn't want to have all this stuff I hate doing in this game all thrown in with like 2 or 3 videos of each other. So I thought I would space it out a little bit more. Now, I'm riding over here to the northwest region. Now, go ahead and pull out bombs or the megaton hammer. I like to use the megaton hammer because it conserves bombs. It really shouldn't work, but it does. That's nice. Now, I was actually wondering if I had done this already, and I was really worried that I would have. I probably would have restarted the recording if I had. The thing is, though, I don't think I'd saved since beating the water temple, so I would probably have to beat the water temple again, which is awful. The worst part of the game. Alright, yeah, I know I'm not speeding up these clips of me taking off and putting on the iron boots because this isn't in the water temple. It's only annoying really in the water temple. Okay, so let's surface after getting this piece of heart. Again, I could have gotten this right after the ice cavern too, but I didn't. I save a lot for after the water temple. Okay, now back on the horse, and let's go to Kakariko Village. So, There's not really much to do there. I suppose I will see you there.
Well, I'd imagine at this point in the game that you're tired of all these evil beings to worry about, and I was too my first time. Anyway, so there's another thing for me to do here at the graveyard, and it's not go free the evil shadow spirit. That'll be a couple videos away. Now, since I have the long shot, now this is never really told to you directly or even indirectly, but as soon as you have the long shot, you can actually revisit Dampé's grave, and you can actually... There's a little secret, I suppose, you can do with this race. Now, I actually tried there and failed quite a few times, so that's why my health is going to look a little bit different here. See, look at that. Almost half my health is gone. So, you want to race with him again. Well, actually, you really don't want to race with him. I really don't like doing this. I got hit a whole lot and just jumped into the abyss whenever I failed. So, what I'm trying to do here is beat this race in 1 minute or less. And if you do it in 1 minute or less, then he'll give you a piece of heart. But the problem is you want to try and avoid the flames as much as possible. No easy task, you see? Because the flames are just awful. Yes, they're helpful to guide you, but they're annoying because they hurt you and they do damage to you. Maybe you can just I don't know, you're a ghost. Can you use some, like, holy, sacred light or something like that to guide me? I don't know. But this is what he uses. So I was making great time here. I don't know if I would suggest rolling as much, because you do kind of pause whenever you get up. But the trick to this is to use the long shot, and this is why I use the long shot. And this is why I hate playing on this emulator. You want to aim at this torch, and as you can see, I made it in 59 seconds. This was not my first try, however. This was not my 5th try, however. I probably tried this over 7 times. I don't know if I were to count my hearts. But I am fully healed now that I have this piece of heart, which is all that mattered. I was seriously getting mad while playing this. This video was like half an hour long, the main footage. Okay, and yeah, now he's going to talk to me about the monster that came out of the well that we never saw because it was just such an unholy sight. After that, just go ahead and play the Prelude of Light and warp to the Temple of Time. I almost said the Temple of Light. That's not right. Oh, never mind. You can't warp in here. Whoops, I forgot. But you want to go outside and then play the Prelude of Light because I want to collect some things as Child Link. I really haven't gone back in time yet since becoming an adult. I think I did once, but I haven't really done all that much yet. You have the freedom to do it really whenever you want, but for the sake of this walkthrough, I've been pretty consistent just trying to do things in chronological story order while still collecting things that are convenient to me along the way. I mean, I do sometimes go through great lengths to get some things, but this time it's going to be a little bit different. Again, since this is a full, complete walkthrough, I want to get everything. Doesn't matter if it's useful or not, it's there, so I'm going to get it. Now, there are a couple of things in the Hyrule Castle town, well, in Hyrule Castle field that I'm going to get. There's a golden skulltula near the entrance to the castle, so I have to sneak in again. And while you cannot actually get into the castle itself because the guards will just be in the way, well, I think you can get it, but they're just going to be standing there and kick you out. So it's not in the castle, but it's close to the entrance. So I'm going to go ahead and make it that way there again. Now, it has been a while since I've been in the Temple of Time, and well, you don't really see this place all that much, really. Well, except whenever you start up your game as Adult Link, you start the game up as long as you're not inside of a dungeon, then you'll spawn inside the Temple of Time. But if you're a Child Link, then you'll just be inside your treehouse in Kokiri Forest. So, in case you forgot, that's what will happen. Alright, now, I think I was checking golden skulltulas and stuff here because I forgot to earlier. Alright, I got all Lake Hylia ones. That's pretty good. I've got quite a lot. Yeah, we're slowly but surely coming towards the main end of the game. I wouldn't say we're at the end of the game yet. We're still quite a ways from it. Yeah, I know we have 16 heart containers, but there's still quite a bit to do before going to the end of the game. Like, there are 2 whole main dungeons to complete before getting towards the last dungeon of the game. So, it'll take time. Okay, so sneak into the castle here from the northern Hyrule field, I guess is what you would call this. In Minish Cap, where there's a similar landscape, they call this North Hyrule Field, and then there's Hyrule Castle Town, and then there's South Hyrule Field. And that's where like Link's house is in that game. But anyway, this is not Minish Cap, this is Ocarina of Time, and we're here to get Golden Skulltula here. Okay, do be careful. You jump in the water, swim, get some rupees. That fishing trip was a scam, and I don't appreciate it. I caught a golden scale that I used once, and I never need it again. I'm not happy. Alright, anyway, now that we're off here, you're going to need to play the Song of Storms. That's why I couldn't get this before, because, well, you don't have the Song of Storms. But now that I do have the Song of Storms, I'll go ahead and fall down this hole here. So, there are 3 bombable walls here, and you can use bombs, or bomb shoes really, to destroy them. I wouldn't use bomb shoes, just because they move all over the place. They're just so difficult. So just blow them up with regular bombs. Obviously this place doesn't exist as Adult Link because Hyrule Castle is destroyed and the landscape's changed. So, go ahead and up against this wall here, there's a golden skulltula, and then you kill it here, and then you can collect its token. Now, that's pretty much it for this video here. That's not all Hyrule Castle golden skulltulas though, so just be warned for that. that is it for here. I'm going to be doing some more collecting here in the next video, so join me for that, and I will see you then.